Hey everybody, welcome back. So I wanted to share this with you as soon as I found out about it, and then this seems to be the best way is doing it live. And it's about Tommy Tuberville. We talk about him often in his stock trading, but he's talking about Social Security, and he absolutely has this nailed. And at the end of the video, we're going to talk about the fix being worse than the problem. Crazy. Here it goes. Thank you for being here.
Uh, in the Bible, by the way, Social Security, for those of you who don't know, uh, this group up here in 1983 voted to tax Social Security. And then a few years later, tax it again. It's all a scam. This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're 35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. So I'll get off my horse there. But it's good that we have this, because we got, I get a little pension check from education. I was part of a union. It's not going to help people. People are going to have to continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Ginger? Can you say something about Social Security and it being taxed for some reason? We're taxing people for the second time on Social Security that they put into an account.
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, those who established it, it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today, it takes 12.4%, and depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%. So we're talking about thousands of dollars more per year. It also was actually only originally recommended that the tax be up to $66,000, equivalent in today's dollars of earnings. But over time, it has expanded massively, and the money has been spent every year. So whereas everybody thinks this money's been set aside for me, no, for the past 13 years, every dollar that has gone out of workers' paychecks has gone immediately to pay promised benefits. And that's what happens when you have a system that enables those in charge of it to spend the money in the immediate term and leave the buck to the next generation that's coming along. And because Social Security has grown so much, it's actually to the detriment of lower income workers in particular, who have to pay such a large share of their paycheck to Social Security. They have little left to save for retirement. And then lower income and African-American workers have the lowest life expectancies. So they are the most likely to get nothing back in return. 1 out of 4 African-American men will die between the ages of 45 and 64 after having paid into this system for decades, tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they might get nothing back.
What's the solution?
Listen close.
I think we ultimately have to shift towards a universal benefit system. That's what true social insurance is. It does not make sense that we are paying the biggest benefits to the highest income earners. So gradually over time, I think we need to bend down the benefits for the middle and upper income earners, actually increase them for the lower income earners. Look at things like indexing retirement age to life expectancy, more accurate inflation index. And I think that workers need an option to have their money in something that actually earns a positive rate of return and that can't just immediately be spent by Congress.
I have a 28 and 29-year-old, 2 boys, got a job, working hard, paying Social Security. They ask me all the time, Dad, will I ever see any of that money? Will they see it?
I think they will see some of it. That's the exact same thing I hear whenever I ask a group of younger workers, and none of them raises their hand. So I think that there will be something there, but it's not going to be what has been promised.
Mr. Stevens, you got anything to add to that?
Thank you, Senator. What I would add is when we talk about Social Security or we talk about pensions, the two things that they both have in common is that guaranteed income. You know what you're going to get, generally speaking, at the end of it. Yeah, what I reference in terms of protected retirement, we have developed now solutions to get at both of those in a very efficient way. And they also address the issue around market volatility. because we have step-ups and lock-ins. And it's a very efficient way to deliver that to millions of Americans that we've been talking. And that's all because of what you all did around Secure Act 1.0 and 2.0. They have put us in a position to do that. And that's why I'm really encouraging us to have every 401k plan, 457 plan, 403b plan at least one of those solutions so that the American workers can choose. If they want to know what they're going to get in retirement, we can deliver that for them.
Young
I
people
like
of all
this
ages
next
ask
question.
me, why can't we put our money in our own 401k instead of put it in Social Security? Is there an answer to that?
Yeah. What's your answer?
I think what I love is that they're asking the right question. Savings in any way is a good thing. And I think there's a place for Social Security. There's a place for pensions, and there's certainly a place for what we're doing in 401k plans.
Turn off the mic real quick. Okay. That is, see, the fix is worse than the problem. The problem is we have nobody making right decisions. Nobody's willing to do the right thing. But what they are willing to do, for some reason, these socialists think the fix is to take away from the producers. If you take away from the people that work as hard as they can, and I'm not saying other people don't, but you're taking away from them to give to the lesser, the people that don't make as much. The fix is don't spend all the money. It's not yours to spend. It's these people that put it in. They should get back exactly what they put in, adjusted to inflation. That's another reason why the CPI is so manipulated. If they adjusted the CPI to what it should be, we'd be belly up overnight. We already are belly up. There's just constant manipulation. And the socialist, we just need to, our spending's fine. We just need to take from those who have a little more and push them down into where they have a little less, to where the people that aren't getting as much can get more. It's socialism, guys. It's socialism, and that's the way capitalism always ends. It makes me sick to watch this. And just so you know, Tommy Tuberville, I make videos about him often. He actually could grow the stock, the money in the stock market to a significant amount. He made 17% last year or more. I think it's 17%. I've got him mapped out on the chart. Guys, tomorrow I'm coming up with a politician buy line. There's a way to track the politicians where they buy the stock. I'm mapping it out. I want you to pay attention because a lot of times the stock comes back and revisits those areas. It's an important area. Some people call it consolidation, support, whatever. It's an important area where the central bankers and the people that are spending your retirement, your Social Security, and taxing us more all at the same time. What I'm paying in taxes is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And they're blowing it on nothing. They're blowing it. Well, how about an open border? What a better way to blow as much money as you possibly can by just leaving the border open. Just, it's for everybody. It's okay. We're America. We're a melting pot. Just let anybody and everybody come over. For you guys that are here, I don't have the phone, but my dad reached out to me and told me one of his very close people had acquired a cell phone, a iPhone 12. The man didn't have enough money. He spoke no English because he was pure Chinese. This is in Arkansas now. He's pure Chinese, doesn't speak a drop of English. Needed money, could barely figure out how to say $200. We didn't have anything but a phone. Well, so he needed the money that bad, he went ahead and got a loan for his phone. Well, on the phone was like 200 and something text messages. It's all in Chinese, of course. The takeaway is, I want to get my hands on that phone because I want to know what's going on. And I'm not saying all Chinese people are here or I'm a bigot. You know, there's going to be people that go way out with that. But I would say the majority of Chinese people served their motherland. Does anybody say I'm wrong? Does anybody here think I'm wrong about that? I know somebody that was married to one. He said, don't ever think any different. They're Chinese through and through. I'm not saying you can't move here and change your mind or whatever. What I am saying, there's a good chance that the 20,000, which is more than 20,000 in the last 5-6 months, so it's over that now, of Chinese nationals that are here, they're showing up in Arkansas. It's crazy. It's happening. We've been infiltrated. But that's just one of the wrong moves. That will be the biggest. It will be one of the biggest shifts in our society that I've ever seen in my life. I've been making videos about it. The invasion, a lot of people call it open border policy. It is an invitation for an invasion. Come on over. We'll fly you around to different countries to, do whatever. And we'll pay. Look, we'll pay. We'll buy your food, your baby's clothes, and everything. It is the biggest problem. Not the biggest, probably. This country getting away from or having anything to do with God is the biggest problem. But the physical open border is massive, and it's going to be. You just watch. You watch. When this happens, when they keep on stealing, they keep stealing from the people that have paid in to blow on who knows what, to line their own pockets, and do all the things that these crooked politicians do. I'm really going off. I just want to show you that video. I get fired up over it. It makes me sick. We're going socialist, and we have an open border, and there's 20,000 Chinese nationals here. I don't know how many Russians. I don't know how many thousands. I don't know how many thousands of people from all over the country, and it's nuts. It's crazy. We don't know. We don't know what they are. I love all people. I don't care what color you are, but we need to know where you come from and what your plans are. It's that simple. But no. You're a bigot. You get on Twitter. You'll see the other side. You'll see the left and what they think and what they're saying. They're eat up with stupidity, I guess. They're some kind of demonic spirit is on them, and it makes their brains fall out. It's like they can't see just real common sense, just real straightforward, common things. Like, I wonder how they tie their shoes. Like, I wonder how they get through life being that stupid. An open border, really? Stealing from people and then thinking the fix is taking from the other people. He said in the interview that he paid in about $1 million and he's going to get $3,000 a month. I don't want to try to make it on that. As you get ripped off with inflation and your pension and everything else, and then they're going to tax you more. It's nuts, absolutely nuts. I wanted you guys to see that. I wasn't going to make this video that long, but sometimes you get fired up, and that's just the way it is. Now, guys, have an awesome evening. I'll see you in the morning. I have a special video in the morning. If you're not subscribed, please do, because we're going to be talking about the politicians, where they like to buy, and how the market revisits every now and then, and how we can slide in there. And that's who runs the market. Politicians, central bankers. That's the way it goes. First your money, then you close. All right, guys. Have an awesome evening. I'll see you in the next one. Later.